And welcome back. Bruce Porter joins us now for this week's Dollars and Cents segment, sponsored by the Resource Center. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
You're going to talk to us about things that, like I know I want to know. Everybody talks about IRAs. There are two. What are the difference?
Kind of types. Yeah, I mean, we just finished the tax season, and, you know, we had a lot of people right at the end there try to, you know, put some money in IRAs, and depending on your situation, if you needed a deduction or not. So, you know, I think understanding both types, and we've talked about IRAs and Roth IRAs a lot, but I'm amazed at how many people that come in that really just don't understand how they work. So I thought we would cover the basics kind of today.
Let's do it.
So the difference, you know, between the two, because I think that's important to understand that. So when we're looking at traditional IRAs, you know, the key to a traditional IRA is you have a tax deduction for your contribution. Right? So, and talk to your tax people, but if you're in a 15% tax bracket, and you put $2,000 in a traditional IRA, it's going to save you $300, or it's going to increase your refund by $300, right? So you can look at it both directions. Now, it's definitely a way to have systematic savings, out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
So if you just got $150, $200, $300 a month going into your IRA account right out of your checking account, and you're doing that on your own, good for you. That's what you should do. It's out of sight, out of mind. Your maximum limit under age 60 or under age 50 is $6,000. If you're above age 50, you got a catch-up provision that allows you to put $7,000 in. So at least you have ways to do that. And now, even if you're in older age, as long as you have earned income, you can continue making contributions, which is a good thing. Right? Because we can never have enough. Now, there's a thing called a Roth IRA.
Yes.
Right? No deduction at the front side. So you don't, like the traditional, you don't get a tax deduction. But the key to that is the principal, the growth, the future accumulated value, everything in that account is tax-free forever.
Everything.
To you, to me and you, Tom, when we inherit Joy's Roth IRA, right? If she's nice to us, everything's tax-free to your children, to your grandchildren, to anyone you want. So there are lots of different flexibility options for that. But if you're a young person right now, you're listening, deductions aren't as important when you're younger. Put as much as you can systematically in a Roth IRA and build you a portfolio for the rest of your life.
Let it grow,
that is going to be tax-free, right?
Yeah. All right. I mean, you've got two types. There's got to be pros and cons. The Ben Franklin balance sheet.
Right. So the traditional IRA, you have to make a withdrawal out of that right now at age 72. So when you're approaching older age, and a lot of people don't want to take any money out, but you're forced to take a required distribution out of your traditional IRA at age 72. And talk to your tax people about the timing of that and all that. It's 100% taxable when it comes out. So if you leave it to your children, your grandchildren, it's 100% taxable to them. We used to stretch IRA inheritance out. You can't anymore unless you're an EDB. We'll get into that on another show.
Okay.
Eligible designated beneficiary. So if you're a spouse, you can. If you're a child, you can't. All right? So if you're a child, and Tom, let's say I'm your kid and you leave me $500,000 in your IRA.
Yeah.
I can't stretch it over my lifetime. I have to take distribution within 10 years.
Oh.
If you're old enough and you're taking an RMD, I have to continue taking the RMD and I have to take the distribution within 10 years. So I would say that would be a con to future IRA. I've told people jokingly, a bad day is when you retire with $1 million in your 401k because you've got a huge tax liability in the future. A good day is when you retire with a Roth IRA of $1 million, right? And so what's the con of a Roth IRA? Well, younger folks, you need to leave it there till you're 59 and a half. It's not tax deductible on the front side. That's about all I can think of.
Other than that, it's
Everything's tax-free from that point on, the growth, the principal, all of that stuff. So I think we got to listen to that.
Okay, and there are conversion options. If you want to convert your traditional to a Roth, you can get a tax a consultation at the Resource Center. There's an estate planning meeting coming up on the 27th.
Yep, we have actually one tomorrow evening, and then I think we have some spots available there, and then we have one on Wednesday at 2 o'clock. So,
Very good.
And those are going great. Just there's the QR code. Call the office, and we do those. Right now, we're doing 4 a month. So just call and find out when the next dates are.
Get some good advice.
Yep.
Go to
Thank
the
you, Bruce.
Resource Center. Thank you so much.
See you
Be
tomorrow.
right back.